Hello guys, it's RobbieV72 here today with a new Let's Play, the game that I've been excited about starting, the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, based on famous fighting fantasy game books. Oh, not so famous if you don't know anything about them. Fighting fantasy game books being Choose Your Own Adventures. Game books that you don't read from start to finish, like front to back. I was going to say from start to finish, but of course you read from start to finish. You don't read them from front to back. You read them from all over the book. You would start on page 1, give you a brief description of what's going on, a bit of a background, and then it would give you an option. For example, you've entered the mountain. You come to a junction in the road. If you want to turn left, turn to page whatever, 172. If you want to turn right, turn to page 300. So then you would turn to that page and then you would follow the instructions there. Brilliant set of books. I was reading these back in the 80s when I think they first came out. And they were absolutely fantastic. That was our gaming back in the day. There was none of this fancy graphics to take away your imagination, if you like. People don't need much of imagination these days because you just look at a computer screen and it's all there for you. In the books, obviously, you had to imagine where you were, what you were doing, what things look like. So yeah, right, I've actually had a couple of goes of this, battling on the tutorials, learning how to fight and stuff. I've actually had a little go in the mountain to see if it's following the books at all. And to be quite honest, I can't remember because I haven't got the books anymore. I must have got rid of them a long time ago. I've been looking for this book so I can compare it. My local bookstore that I usually go to for all my books doesn't happen to have any at the moment, but he has assured me that when they do come back in, he's going to give me a ring so I can get it and check it out. So anyway, without further ado, let's get on into a new game. It's going to look a bit weird at first because, like I say, I have played it and it's basically saying I've died and do I want to choose a new character, but I'm going to try and get it so it's as if it is a new game sort of thing. So this is our games master, I do believe. So welcome back player. As I said, I've already died, so I'm going to click on this one and it'll give you a bit of backstory of who she is and stuff. So who are you, Oriana? I am repeating myself, player, but no matter. You've got to try and imagine this is in a woman's voice, right? I'm not a woman, and I haven't got a very good woman's voice, so she's a butch woman. I am Oriana, the Keeper of Souls, your guide and your games master of sorts. Many adventurers have entered Firetop Mountain over the last 30 or so years. Voracious readers have wandered the many passages, battling the monsters within and negotiating the many traps, only then to take on the might of Zegor the Warlock. With skill, stamina and luck, they have chosen their many paths and rolled their fate. Many of these brave young adventurers have perished in the darkness, and their souls even now lie unclaimed. You appear to be the next brave soul to take on the mountain and all it contains. To do this, you will need to choose an Elancian hero to take into the mountain. Don't get too comfortable with your choice, however, as the ways are treacherous, and it is doubtful that you will survive. Only by bringing me the souls of the fallen may you be blessed with new heroes over time, each with their own quests within Zegor's domain. So that's kind of like the introduction to it. So yep, what we do is every time you kill something, you collect the souls. So far I have 30-something souls, mainly because I've been doing the tutorial fighting, and also, like I say, I've been in the mountain and I died a gruesome death. So this is where we select our heroes. As it says there, figurine select. So there's these 4 here. These are your starting heroes. As you can see, I've collected 31 souls. By collecting souls, you'll unlock these as well. So say I collected that one. I need to buy that for 250 souls. So I can't buy any of them at the moment. And then we've got more as we go along. I'm presuming these are going to cost even more. Yep, 550 souls. And there's another group. How much is he? Coming soon. So he's not actually available at the moment. Yep, all coming soon. Next group. As you can see, they are there, but they're not actually unlocked at the moment. So these are the 4 heroes. These characters in the back are the village villager advice. So in combat I was trying to anticipate where your enemy is going to move to. Good piece of advice. It was for me, or it would have been for me if I'd have read it. If you're quick enough, you can get an extra roll of the dice during clashes if the numbers don't look good. I'll explain that. The clashes, you'll see that in the fight tutorial. This doesn't make much sense at the moment, but it will do. You can scroll around the mountain map by clicking on areas other than book pages. Right, I haven't got a clue what that means, but we'll have a look at it when we get into the mountain. I hear some adventurers like to use bribery as a way of getting around tricky opponents. Now, I didn't know you could do that. Bribery. So again, we'll have a look at that. So the 4 characters. Lunica Accardi. She's a woman. There's a description of her. She's got stamina, skill and luck. Now in the original books, you would roll dice to get your stamina, skill and luck. You would roll 2 dice, add 12 to it, and that would give you your stamina. So you could have anything up to 24 points in your stamina. Your skill, you would roll 1 die and add 6. So a maximum of 12 for skill. And the same with luck. 1 die and add 6, that would give you your luck. So these attributes, really, for me, are not very good. Because the lowest is 12, well the lowest is 14, because it would be a roll of 2 dice, which is 2. It's the lowest you can get. Plus the 12 would be 14, so we're only 3 above the minimum. Skill, we're kind of halfway in between. 9 and 10 is, again, about halfway. 6 plus 4, 6 plus 3. What we're going to be looking at are attributes, keen eye. So she can notice things that would normally not be unseen or ignored. So in other words, she might see maybe his treasure lying about. She's also dexterous, has great speed, agility and precision, so maybe her fighting skill might be improved. So that might actually help the skill rating at some point, I don't know. Look at her attacks. Does a front attack? They all do front attacks. And they all do some type of slash. She lashes out with her left, with her dagger. Even though she's got in her right hand, she actually slashes to the left. And she can do a poisonous attack, poison strike, which attacks the 2 squares in front of her. Decion Strom. The name Strom rings a bell. I think the name Strom's in another book. So this guy looks a bit like some kind of tank type guy. His stamina is a little bit higher. His skill is down by 1 point, and so is his luck by 1 point. So I'm presuming they've took the exact same amount of points and just spread them about. Because the last character had 17 stamina, whereas this one's got 19. Taking a point from there, it would equal what the other one's got. So attributes, again dexterous, and again keen eye. Attacks, normal one, right attack, but he does, without the front one, he just does a diagonal. Right slash, which the last character has as well, but onto the left. This one's got the right one. And a dodge bolt. So Dekion brazenly fires off a bolt from his crossbow, then ducks to the side for cover. So he'll hit them two and then move to one of the sides. That is a good attack. That's a brilliant attack, that. Have a look at the next one. This is the one I used, Alexandra of Black Sand, and she died. Okay, my theory of they've all got the same points has gone right out the window because this has only got 1 point less than the last character, but she's got 2 extra skill and only 1 less luck. So forget what I said about same points. Attributes. She's educated, has an above average level of education. I don't know how that affects at all. And lucky, fortune favours you often. She isn't very lucky to me. She's only got 8 points in luck. Every time you use luck, you lose a point as well. And the only way you can get luck back is by basically a quest or something giving you luck. You can't your luck will never go back up, sort of thing, unless a quest will give you luck, like you've been lucky, gain so many points in luck or whatever. So attacks, again the frontal, right attack, again the same. But she's got a piercing strike this time, so she'll strike 2 spaces in front of her. So if there's no character right in front of her, but 2 spaces away, then she can hit them as well. And a quick jab. Same type of thing. This one will be more effective. The piercing strike will be more effective if there's 2 characters in front of you. You can hit them both. Quick jab, then she can hit that character 2 squares away. So that's a pretty good one. Only I died, so maybe it's not that good. And the last character, Aaron Godspeed. 20 stamina, so he's got the most stamina out of all of them. He's got quite average skill. And his luck is pretty crap, really. So he's going to really work on his skill and his stamina. So he's definitely more of a tank kind of guy. He's high stamina. Attributes. Illiterate. Reading is not your strong suit. I don't know how these attributes actually affect these guys. I think it's just more just reading's sake. And fearsome, a terrifying appearance can strike fear into others. I don't know whether that actually comes into play or not in this. It might do. It obviously isn't in the books. I don't think it really had attributes. Or maybe you did, you had to roll a die. I can't remember. Got to think about it. Back in the 80s, we're talking like 30 years ago. That makes me feel very old, guys. Frontal attack, again, same as everybody else. Right attack, same as the last 2. Blade Storm. Aaron whirls his swords around him in a deadly arc, so he hits all 3 sides. That's a good attack. And a charging twin strike. In one fluid moment, Aaron charges forward, striking foes either side of him. So he'll move forward to there and hit him and him. So if you've got enemies either side and you don't know whether to move this way or this way, we can just move forward and hit them, pair with them. That's another good one. So, I don't want to play her again. I died with her. And I'm not really keen on this character. Let's check his attacks out again. Right, he's got 8, skill of 8, stamina of 19. I'm kind of inclined to use him because I always try and play ranged characters on any kind of game I play. Oh, this guy, 29. What's his? 29. So I'm going to go with Aaron. Aaron Godspeed, just because he's got an extra point in stamina, an extra point in skill. His luck is quite terrible, and I know luck in the books did play quite a big part of it, getting lucky strikes and things like that. But I'm gonna pick him. So let's read about him. Born in Fang many moons ago, Aaron is seen as a hero to the locals there. His approach in battle is simple and direct. Charge forward, chopping left and right with such force and speed so as to quickly put his enemy off balance. Should they manage to sneak a blow in under his onslaught, it will likely brush off Aaron's impressive physique as if it were a scratch. How Aaron's mother, a diminutive seamstress, managed to produce such a gigantic warrior is anyone's guess. One popular theory is that giant's blood runs in his veins through some distant ancestor. It's either that or his mother dallied with a giant at some point. And we know his attributes. So this fearsome might come into it. He might start scaring any monsters and things that we come across. So we select him. You have chosen Aaron Godspeed. If you like, you may select a different hero. Nah, I think we'll stick with him. If you're happy with your choice, then you may travel to Firetop Mountain and start your adventure. Alternatively, you want to take part in a combat tutorial, active free read mode, or want to learn more about the rules of the game, select tutorials, rules and free read mode. Right, the free read mode is basically what I used to do as a kid. Reading these things is cheating. As I said before, page 1, it would say, for example, if you want to turn left, turn to page 172. If you want to turn right, turn to page 300. I'd actually keep my finger in that page, turn to 172, read what it says. If I didn't like that one, I could then remember where the other road I could take and turn to page 300 instead. Obviously in this computer game, you can't do that. So the free read mode is basically letting you be able to do that. So that's what that is. The tutorials, learn to fight. I don't really want to do that because I've already done it loads of times. I keep. I'll tell you what, I'll show you that anyway, and I'll give you a brief tutorial on this stamina, skill, and luck. So your hero starts the adventure with 3 main scores: skill, stamina and luck. Your skill reflects your swordsmanship and general fighting expertise. The higher the better. So as I said, that's why I picked this guy, because he had a slightly high skill. Your stamina score reflects your general constitution, your will to survive, your determination and overall fitness. Basically your life points. The higher the stamina score, the longer you will be able to survive. Every time you get hit, you lose 2 points. It might be more actually, or it might be less. I'm sure it's 2. It used to be 2 points in the book. Your luck indicates how naturally lucky a person you are. Luck and magic are facts of life in Alancia. So again, yeah. Your skill, stamina and luck scores change constantly during an adventure. The adventure sheet will keep a record of these changes. Note that although you may be awarded additional points, these totals will never exceed your initial scores, except on very rare occasions. It was exactly the same in the books. You could never ever exceed your initial scores. So when you'd roll the die, your initial scores would always stay the same. But then you'd have a rubber and a pencil where you'd rub out your ongoing score, your ongoing scores, and note down the current ones. Like I say, stamina, it'd be up and down all the time. Get hit, lose 2 points. So you'd be constantly rubbing out and writing back in, stuff like that. The adventure sheets were actually in the fronts of the books. 2 pages opposite each other. So you could keep a tally on it. I used to actually draw up my own on a spare piece of paper, just a blank sheet of paper, A4 paper. So obviously not to destroy the book. I would never write in my books. Just write on the pieces of paper. And that way as well, when I came back I could play again, and knowing my paper wasn't getting thinner and thinner and thinner because I kept rubbing it out. So there you go. During your adventure you'll be called upon to test your luck. This is why you could do with a high luck score. And test your skill. If the number rolled on the 2 dice 6, which is a standard 6-sided dice, and 2d6 is 2 dice of 6 sides, is equal to or less than your current luck or skill score, you have been lucky or skillful. So that's why obviously it wants to be higher luck and higher skill, because if you roll 2 die, actually that's 2 die and 6, I think it adds 6 to it as well. the higher your luck and skill, the easier chance it is to get below it. Yeah. If the number rolled is higher than your current luck or skill score, you have been unlucky or unskillful. And every time, oh, it says in the next bit anyway. Be warned, your luck score will always reduce by 1 every time you test your luck. So obviously, I'm starting at 7. I'm only going to be able to roll it 7 times, and then it's going to be 0. In fact, below 6, you're basically going to be unlucky all the time anyway. Resurrection stones and resting benches. While on your quest, keep an eye out for wooden benches like this one. Oh, yeah, I didn't know it did do that. That would be what it looked like in the books. And now it's painted. Using them will allow you to restore your stamina. If you run out of stamina, your adventure ends. That's what I say, your hit points. So be sure to take a rest now and then. You also have some provisions which you can use at any time, but they tend to work best when you're resting on a bench, so keep that in mind. Yeah, I do remember provisions. I think you had to roll 1 die for that and see how many provisions you started with. Can't remember. You will receive 3 resurrection stones at the start of your quest. If your adventurer dies heroically, you can use 1 stone to bring them back to life. Be warned though that your hero will only appear at the last bench that you passed. But worry not, you shall keep all souls absorbed between the seat and the location of their death. And I think that's why I've got 31 souls. So this is where I leave you, player. It is time for you to begin your journey. So I'm going to continue with my hero. And we are going to travel to fight. No, we're not. We're going to learn to fight, aren't we? Sorry about that. During your adventures you will encounter many different foes, magical and monstrous, brigand and beast. There will be an assortment of creatures lurking within Firetop Mountain, eager to bring your adventure to a premature end. So we are going to now learn how to fight. But let us learn to walk before we start running, shall we? Lin Wen Sai wants you to fight some Quintons. Now I do apologise if that was pronounced totally wrong, but I don't really... That's my interpretation of it anyway. Wants you to fight some Quintons, which will allow you to experience some basic combat practice. So we're going to fight the Quintons. And this is the board kind of play area that we're going to be fighting on. So during combat you can choose to move or attack by selecting a space. Select move to advance towards the Quinton. So, and we get an option. When you're playing, there's a lot more options. After you select your action, both you and your opponent will play out their moves simultaneously. I disagree with that because you'll see in a second. Move to the side to avoid the Quinton's attack. This is why I disagree, because watch what happens. I actually move first, then he attacks. So that's not, for me, that's not simultaneously, is it really? Anyway. Sometimes it is better to attack where the enemy is likely to move to instead of where they currently are. Attack the space in front of the Quinton. I bet you can't guess what's going to happen here, guys. Yep, he's going to walk into it. Again, that's not simultaneously, is it? We waited till he moved and then we attacked him. If both you and a foe try to attack each other at the same time, you will clash. This is the clash thing. So if we don't like the roll, apparently we can click on it again and get a better roll. I don't know how it works. It is then a test of who has the greatest skill, with the loser taking damage. Attack the Quinton and clash. So his skill is 2, my skill's 9. I'm already 7 above him. I've got a strong feeling here that I might actually win this clash. Unless he rolls a 12 and I roll a 2. Well, I'm quite happy with that. Oh, he did get a 12 as well, but I got an 11. Your enemies will move and attack in somewhat predictable patterns. Pay attention to when they shake to indicate that they'll be attacking the next round. Now, I didn't actually notice that when I played, and that's probably my own downfall then. So use your movement and attacks to defeat the Quinton. So he's definitely going to move there. And I'm going to attack it. Hehehe. Now I reckon he's going to move there. So... No, I'm not. I'm going to move there. Oh, he won't let me attack that. I'm going to move there. Follow him. And attack. We're going to clash. Ah, you can. And I've won a soul. So yeah, while it's still rolling, you've got to click on it before it actually fully settles. And that will re-roll. Oh, 2 Quintons now. In addition to the basic attacks, your hero has special attacks they can unleash. These powerful attacks can take several turns to recharge, so use them sparingly. Defeat this pair of Quintons. Right. So he's definitely going to attack me there. So I'm going to move there. What did I say? He's going to... Ah, did you see the little shake there? He's going to attack next go. Whereas he isn't. I'm going to move there. He's going to attack the next go. So I'm going to move back down there. He's going to attack. But I'm going to twin charge. No, I'll just attack. Now he's going to attack. So we're going to move to there. He's going to attack. So we're going to there. Now, I never noticed I did this before. So it's no wonder I died. He's going to attack. I noticed him wobbling there. So I'm going to do a Blade Storm. Oh no, that's going to go that way. I beat him. And I still haven't lost any stamina. I'll move there, because I think he's going to move to there. And he's going to attack, so I'm going to attack. Oh, I should have left that. Oh, I've got 5. I still beat him. And there we go. So that's how you fight. That's the tutorials. I'm not going to activate it. I'm going to travel to Firetop Mountain. That'll be next episode. And we shall see what happens. I'm hoping you enjoyed that. Sorry I mumbled, kind of stumbled over myself a little bit there. It's just the excitement of playing this game. It's a great game. Apart from I die a lot. Or I did die. So yeah. Please come back next time. For the main episode, this is more of an intro. For episode 1 then, and let's see what happens in Firetop Mountain, and if we ever will reach the Warlock, defeat him, and get the treasure. But for now, bye bye.